Good morning, kindergartners. Happy Monday to you. I hope that you all had a nice, relaxing weekend with your family and that you got to spend some time outside. It was beautiful outside, so hopefully you got to at least sit on the porch or maybe play in a backyard if you have a backyard at your house. Today we're going to review reading. So we're going to focus on the tricky words that we've learned so far. This week we will learn some new tricky words. So we're going to focus on the ones that we've already learned today. We're going to read some sentences that have those words in them. And then Miss Hales is going to read a story to you called Anne's Dress. And then your work today on Nearpod is for you to write some of our tricky words and answer some comprehension questions for the story that I'm going to read. So let's go ahead and get started with reviewing some of the words that we've learned in the last couple weeks. All right, we'll start with this one. This is the word to. T-O spells to. This is the word from. What word is it? From. Let's spell it. F-R-O-M spells from. We have the word of. What's the word? Of. Let's spell it together. O-F spells the word of. We have the word when. When. Spell it with me. W-H-E-N spells when. What word does it spell? When. Very nice. We have the word word. What's the word? Word. Okay, spell it with me. W-O-R-D spells word. We have the word all. A-L-L spells all. What does it spell? All. We have the word one. This is for the number one. Read the word with me. One. Now spell it. O-N-E spells one. Good job. We have the word the. Spell it with me. T-H-E spells the. We have the word spelled with the letter A. And the last one we have is the word why. Spell it with me. W-H-Y spells the word why. Very nice. Okay, so we've reviewed all of our words and how to spell them. Now we're going to read some sentences. All right, let's read some sentences with the words in them. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute and let you have a chance to read it first. And then Miss Hales will read it for you. Read it with me. Why did she go to the car? Why did she go to the car? Okay, here's another sentence. This is a consonant blend, remember, so it says clap, clap when you see the word clap. Read it with me again. Clap when you see the word clap. Okay, here's a word. This has the double L in there. Remember, we just said a ooh one time. And here's our tricky word all. Let's read together. All of the kids went to the hill. Read it one more time with me. All of the kids went to the hill. Okay, here's the double T. We only say the T one time. This sentence, read it with me. It says, I got one mitt from him. What is a mitt? Do you know what a mitt is? If you're playing baseball, you catch the ball with a mitt. most of the positions, they usually call it a glove, but when you're the catcher that stands behind the batter to catch the ball that the pitcher throws, the catcher's glove is always called a catcher's mitt. Okay? Read it with me one more time. It says, I got one mitt from him. Okay, here's another sentence. Look at it for a second. Ms. Hales is going to read it with you. Are you ready? Okay, it says, the kids got all of the gifts. The kids got all of the gifts. I'm sure you're doing a great job reading. I wish we could be together so I could hear you. All right, here's the word why. Why, that's one of our tricky words. Let's read together. Why did the kid dig a pit? I wonder why he dug a pit. What do you think? Let's read it again. Why did the kid dig a pit? A pit would sort of be like a hole in the ground, right? Like a dog might dig a pit to put a bone inside. Why would a kid dig a pit? All right, let's read this one. This girl's name is Kim. Kim was in the pond. Read it again. Kim was in the pond. Okay, this is a boy named Tim, and this QU says quack, quack. Okay, so here we go. Tim got a quilt from his bed. Read it again. Tim got a quilt from his bed. We have a few more sentences and then Ms. Hales will read you a story. Okay, this is the word one, remember as the number one. Let's read together. One frog is on the log. One more time. One frog is on the log. And our last sentence is a question. See the question mark at the end there? It's a question, starting with the word when. It's a question, when. Let's read. When can we go to my dad? Read it one more time. When can we go to my dad? Nice job reading today. Okay, now when you do your Nearpod activity, you're going to have these words, these tricky words, to write a couple of times. So let's review these. It's the word when, word, why, and to. When, word, why, and to. Okay? So these are the words. You'll trace over these. You'll write these with your finger on Nearpod and then submit that activity to Ms. Hales. Okay? All right, now I'm going to read a story to you. Before I do that, I'm going to show you what you're going to do on Nearpod because I want you to think about these questions and listen while I'm reading the story to you. Okay? Because on Nearpod, I did not put the story also. I just put your word writing activity and these questions that you'll need to answer. So let me read the questions to you first. Let's start with the first page. Okay, the story is called Anne's Dress, and question number 1 says, the cab hit, and then you have to choose between a rock, a bump, or the dress. Okay, so when I'm reading the story, think about that and listen for the answers. Okay, then question number 2 says, why did Anne get the cab man to stop the cab? I'll read it again. Why did Anne get the cab man to stop the cab? And here are your choices. Anne had to get a snack, Anne had to pick up trash, or Anne had to get the dress. So listen for those answers, okay? And then question number 3 has a blank space for you to write your answer in there, okay? So let me read the question for you. Number 3 says, why was Anne's dress a mess? Why was Anne's dress a mess? So when I'm reading the story, listen for the answer and think about what you'll write there, okay? All right, let's read the story. Anne's dress. Anne went to Gwen's dress shop. The shop had a red dress. Anne got the dress. Anne got in a cab with the dress. The cabman sped off. His cab went fast. Then the cab hit a big bump. Thump! Anne's dress fell from the cab. Anne had the cabman stop the cab. Then Anne ran back to get the dress. Anne had to run 10 blocks. Anne's dress was in a trash can. A bus had hit it. A dog bit it. The dress had mud on it. The dress had rips and missing bits. Anne's dress was a mess. Doesn't look like she can wear that anymore, does it? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on the Nearpod link just below this video. You'll write your words, your tricky words that we reviewed, and then you'll answer the questions that Ms. Hales read to you before I read you the story. Okay, if you need to hear the story again, go back and listen to the video again. Otherwise, get your work done and click submit so I can see what a great job you've done. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.